All right, it's that time again for the end of day PulseWave report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave Price Trigger Report. All right, so tonight is going to be super fast. It has been a very busy week, so I'm not going to be taking any requests tonight. I just want to get through these charts so that I can go and take a break. I've been nonstop in the lab all week, working, and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. All right, so no request tonight. We're going to go through this quickly. If you missed something, all you have to do is rewind, the video at the end after it's over with, and then you can catch up on anything that you may have missed. Like I said, no request tonight. I'm going super fast because I'm exhausted and I need to get out of here. I need to get some rest. All right, so sorry about that, but it is what it is. I have to do what I have to do. All right, so with that being said, let me open up this screen and then we're just going to jump right into it. All right, so no particular order, but we're just going to run. All right, so here is American Airlines with a crash alert for tomorrow's trading on American Airlines. Trend line support right here around the $17 handle is going to be your initial target. Next up, we got Apple Computer. As you can see here, the market is getting ready to put in that next leg down to take out the bearish pointer. Like I said, markets always are attracted to your pointer. So we're headed south here. Apple is just falling off of the cliff, and there's a long way down to go. What about Amazon? Amazon already has put in a new leg down, so it is also falling off the cliff. And I think we're going to come and take out this bearish pointer for way back here. All right, so this one has more downside to go as well. What about Boeing? All right, with Boeing, we're just getting started. I have a crash alert for Boeing for tomorrow's trading. Trend line support around the 205-ish level is the initial target. Secondary target will be the bottom of the Kumo cloud, which is setting at $200 even. Next is Ford. All right, here is Ford. So you see we have a crash alert for Ford for tomorrow's trading. Trend line support around the $10 mark is the initial target on that one. Next up, we got Facebook, which has been just flip-flopping all over the place. As you can see, the bears still have this one. Here's your crash alert. Here's all this downside production, and it's looking like it wants to come down and test the previous lows back here. So this one is still being called lower. What about Gamestop? Well, Gamestop did exactly what I told you it was going to do. It came up here and it closed your gap. Now that the gap is closed, the question is going to be, is it going to start trending on a bullish pattern, or is the market going to fall down back to 20 bucks? Technically speaking, it should probably fall back down to 20 bucks. So we're going to be watching this one. This is a really interesting one. The rally alert was here. Upside production is here. You tell me. Next up, Hack. Hack is back. All right, so Hack has been dropping off. You had a gap down here, then you had a little tiny back and fill, and then a leg down. This one looks like it's headed toward 55 as the bears are in control of this one, which is good for us, meaning that we don't have any more false flags in the near term. JNUG. All right, so JNUG is still in that bear market. We have a crash alert for tomorrow's trading. Looks like this one is threatening to drop below $85. So look out below if you're trading JNUG. Next up is the long bond that we've been focusing on. We put in another leg down today, creating another bearish pointer. The bonds are just not stopping. The drop is not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting really scary. Next up is the E-mini S&P 500 futures. As you can see here, bears are still in control. The rally was sold, and we're approaching trend line support around 3,800 even. Next up is the gold futures. As you can see here, Likewise, bears have been pulling this one down. It's trying to put in another leg down to take out the bearish pointer here. So this one looks like it's going to be heading south of 1750. Next up is the E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures contract. You can see here the bears are still in control of this one. That leg down's coming. This is a bearish pointer right here, and the market looks like it's coming for it. The next target is the bottom of the Kumo cloud around 12,400-ish level. So still got some downside to go on the NASDAQ. What about that crude oil? Well, if you look at the crude oil futures, you'll notice the rally alert here. And then here's been the upside production, like I said, marching to 65. 65 is still that initial key target of resistance that I believe the market's going to push to before collapsing back down again. Next up, we got the Russell My Hustle. So here's the Russell My Hustle with the crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Trend line support south of 2150 is the initial target on this one. Next up is Silver Futures. Silver Futures has also been moving downward. You can see here the crash alert. We got that downside production today. I think this one is on its way to around the $26 handle, as I mentioned before. I think that's where your key support is going to be at $26 even. Next up, we got the Dow Futures, and you can see here we got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, and we have the trend line support right here around that 30,500 level. So look out below in the Dow. Next up, we got the Australian dollar. You can see here crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Looks like we finally put in a short-term top in the Australian dollar. Look out for support around the 77 handle. Next up, we got Bitcoin Futures Composite Index. All right, here is the crash alert. Here's that initial downside production before the market came back. Now it's heading back down again. Looks like it's going to challenge this pointer. And I think the trend line support south of 40,000 is where we're going. I think the market wants to test that 35,000 to 30,000 support zone. That is a key support zone. It has not changed. I've called that support zone out even when the market was below 20,000. And the market has been behaving and doing exactly what I told you. The secondary support of 25,000 to 20,000 is right here also. I have called that out to you before the market even hit 20,000. And there you can see it. It's coordinating with the bottom of the Kumo cloud is the secondary support zone. And the first zone is coordinating with the trend line support. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You cannot make this stuff up. All right, so moving on. Canadian dollar. As you can see here, we got a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Looks like the market's trying to put in a short-term bottom. Overhead trend line resistance is the initial target on this one. Next up is the euro dollar. You can see here that we created a bullish pointer. So it's looking like the bulls are going to try to take control of this one as it's starting to move outside of the Kumo cloud. Question will be, can they do it? Can they push north of 122.50? If not, the bears are going to come back in here and they're going to try to smash it back down again. So this is a very critical juncture for the euro dollar right now. Next up is the Bitcoin. Here's the cash market of the Bitcoin with the crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Trend line support, just like in the Bitcoin futures, is pretty much the same. Same scenario as the futures, just on the cash end of it. Next up is Dash. All right, so Dash has flip-flopped. We had that rally alert coming into today. Now we flip-flop to a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. $160 around the trend line support area is the initial target on that one. Next up, we got Ethereum. All right, so same thing, flip-flopping. We got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Around the 1,300-ish level is where your trend line support is, and that's also where your initial target is as well. Taking a look at Chainlink now. Same thing, crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Trend line support around the $22-ish level is the initial target on that one. Next up, we got Litecoin. As you can see here, Litecoin came into today with a rally alert. We got that upside production, creating a bullish pointer. And I believe that this one's going to try to challenge that $200 area of resistance yet again. The resistance zone in the Litecoin is between the $202 and $210 zone. That is where the resistance level is currently at this time. We'll see what the market can do over the weekend. Last but not least is your Xrp Ripple. And on this one, we have a crash alert for tonight and tomorrow's trading. Trend line support is the first target. Bottom of the Kumo cloud is the secondary target. And we'll see if the market can stave off that huge sell-off, or is it going to be ready to bounce and challenge this bullish pointer at some point? It's going to have to be challenged. As far as my opinion on the 10-year yield rising by 12% today, it's just like I just showed you. I don't know if you missed it on the TLT chart. That's the long bond. It tracks the long bond futures. Okay. We put in a massive leg down today, just like I've been calling for the last few days, and the market did it today and created a bearish pointer. I think, like I've been saying, I think that right now bonds are threatening to drop below par. We still got a long way to go, but this thing has already dropped, like I said, from the 160s now down to 130. So there's a lot of stimulus built and thrown in here. So with that being said, like I said, look out below. The bond yields have no place to go but up when the bond prices are collapsing the way that they are. All right, so these things, you have to heed these warnings. All right, you ignore the rally and crash alerts at your own peril. All right, you know what it is, man. Smash that like button, man. Go to PulseWaveTrading.com so you can sign up and trade alongside us and learn how we do this. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I am out. Peace.